Thanks very much, Sam. Justin Horwitz sitting alongside Dave Yarock, the Y in the GSY series, making its visit to the Meadowlands tonight with two divisions. Dave, thanks for being with us tonight.
It's a pleasure to be here.
We're very excited to have the amateurs here at the Meadowlands tonight. Give us some background on the GSY series. What are we going to see here on Friday nights at the Meadowlands for the next several weeks?
Okay, we have a series that's going to be going on every week, every Friday night. We'll be racing here. There will be legs up until the second week of May, and at that point in time, we're going to have a finals. But that's what we're intending to do right now.
Well, we're very happy to have you guys here. Now, amateur racing, one of the most unique aspects in harness racing, one of the great selling points to new fans. You and your day job, you're in the insurance and financial planning business. How in the world did you get involved in harness racing?
That's a long question. That's a good question. I just kind of morphed into it and fell in love with it, and I went from a guy that didn't know anything about amateur. I didn't know anything about the harness racing industry, didn't know what a standardbred was 7 years ago, and today I have a farm with 35 horses on it, and we're breeding, and so it started from nothing, and here I am now.
Speaking of 7 years ago, 2008, we saw you here at the Meadowlands with one of your favorite horses all time, Shania Twain. I think this is a horse that holds a very special place in your heart. Won at the Meadowlands, and tell us about Shania Twain, the horse.
Yeah, well, Shania Twain was really my first horse. It was the first win I ever had as an amateur. It was the first win I ever had as a pro. I had 1 year we had 18 wins. And I just fell in love with this horse. Unfortunately, she died last year, but I was fortunate enough that to have a foal from her. We bred her. We have a foal that was born last year, the sire's American Ideal, and we're hoping that he carries on her mom's legacy.
Absolutely. Now, how much is amateur racing an opportunity for the sport to be exposed to new fans and new participants?
I think this is the key. I think amateur racing, it brings a lot of passionate people like myself into the sport, which in turn supports the entire industry. We're supporting new trainers and grooms and the blacksmith and the feed companies, and we're really bringing an element of passion that is it's really unbelievable. I mean, everybody that's here is so excited to be here.
Absolutely. We're excited to have you guys here and everyone that's with you. Now, your involvement in harness racing, it goes well beyond just driving in these amateur races. You own several horses, and there's also a big charity component in these amateur races, which I'm not sure if everybody knows that side of it, too.
Yeah, we as amateurs, we do not take any money as the drivers. All the drivers' fees are donated to charities, and so we've, over the last couple of years, have raised a lot of money. And we're more than happy to donate this to charities. I myself run a scholarship fund that we've given about $130,000 to children that are going to college that want to pursue a passion of getting into our industry.
That's really great.
So we're very happy about that.
Great charity work that all of you guys are doing. Now, handicappers out there are going to be betting on these races tonight. Sometimes the amateur races are non-wagering where you guys go. Tonight, these are full-fledged wagering events. So when the handicappers open the program and they see these names that they're not familiar with, how do you approach these races? What should people maybe look for when they're going to handicap these races tonight?
Okay, the beauty of what we've done, and we've created a website, and it's called, you can log on to amateurharnessracing.com, and if you go on that website, anybody that goes on it, they're going to get a complete history of all the amateur drivers, their records. You can go on into links and watch them race. So we're going to bring a lot of familiarity to faces that you normally wouldn't, know about, and hopefully as the handicapper looks at this information, it'll help them in putting together their bets.
Now, we have two divisions of the GSY series tonight, but there's a lot more drivers that are involved with the GSY series. How many drivers do you have involved in? It's men and women. It's not just the men and women. And what are the ages? Because they range a wide range.
Yeah, I mean, it's wonderful. We have both males and females. The ages range from around 21 years, 21, all the way up to mid and late 60s. I'm one of the old timers, but we have a cross-section of many ages, many sexes. And what I wanted to add too is that we have 20 horses in tonight. 18 of the horses that are entered into our amateur races are owned by their drivers. So these people are really excited. 15 of the drivers hold their A license, the other hold P licenses. So, I don't even like to call them amateur because a lot of these people are very, very skilled. They're very passionate. And we're just very, very thankful to be here, to be racing at the Mecca of harness racing, and we want to put on a good show.
Now, if people are sitting out there, and maybe lawyers or doctors or business people that are sitting out there watching the Meadowlands tonight, and they want to get involved in amateur harness racing, I know a lot of you were lucky enough to have a trainer or somebody that opened their barn for you to kind of get involved, to get your feet wet. What is the first step somebody should do if they have no idea how to get involved, but they want to get involved? Where should they go?
Well, I would say there's a couple of first steps. Number one, the USTA holds a new driver's school every year. That's in the summer, usually around May. So you can go on and contact the USTA and enroll in that where you can come in and learn all elements of the business. You can do some jogging, and that's a good place to start. You can log on to my website, look at that. We have some information on that, and you can either email or call me. I'll be more than happy. We've gotten a lot of calls from a lot of different people who are interested in getting involved in this, and we'll be more than happy to help anybody out that we can.
There's a lot of great people involved in amateur racing. People have a lot of great stories. We wrote a story earlier this week about Joe Lee, who's competing tonight, who works for the New York Yankees, and he's here competing. So a lot of interesting involvement. Now, you personally, you had some rotator cuff surgery recently. You're recently just back into the bike now. Yeah,
I had rotator cuff. No, I didn't have surgery. I tore my rotator cuff. I had to take 3 months. So they put me on the sidelines for 3 months, but, can't keep a good man down.
Now, we need to get some information from you. You've got race 2 tonight, number 7, Mr. Invincible. I don't know if that's named after you or not, but what do you make of his chances tonight, 15-1?
Well, as I say, he can't read the program, so look, I'm always optimistic. We're going to try, and hopefully he'll throw in his A game tonight. And I think everybody out there, so one thing about the amateur drivers, everybody out there is going to be trying their hardest, and hopefully I can get him into the money,
Well, good luck. Thanks for bringing the GSY series to the Meadowlands. We're really happy to host you guys for the next several weeks. Did we miss anything that we got to get here about amateur racing?
No, I just wanted to special thanks to Jeff Garrell and Jason Settlemore, Peter Koch, Darren Zocali, Justin, for giving us the honor of putting on our show here. And hopefully that will be a success on a lot of different levels.
Well, we're really looking forward to watching you guys compete here tonight. 2 divisions and the next several weeks here at the Meadowlands. Dave Yarock from the GSY Amateur Series, thanks for spending some time with us in the Sulky.
Thank you, Justin.